to wait tonight, wait tonight. Bets are off, I'm gonna find my way tonight, wait tonight. Won't you talk to me? I wanna heal your sorrow. Won't you talk to me? We'll make a new tomorrow. Won't you talk to me? We'll make this happy. Showing off, don't wanna have to wait tonight, wait tonight. Bets are off, I'm gonna find my way tonight, wait tonight. Won't you talk to me? I wanna heal your sorrow. Won't you talk to me? We'll make a new tomorrow. Won't you talk to me? We'll make this happy face.
Suck the life right out of my veins when you spoke my name. Got the kind of thing going that tips the scales. Yeah, you keep me sane. I'll be the clouds beyond your skies. I'll flutter by like butterflies. I'll be the blue inside your eyes. Your crazy loving keeps me paralyzed. Oh, this is what it feels like. Oh, this is what it feels like. Oh, this is what it feels like. To see reflections of you all around.
Bruh, that actually jump scared me a little bit. I was sitting there because I was sitting there getting the last things ready, also looking through my tabs because I've been doing some research into shenanigans that I'm working on. And then all of a sudden I hear, whoa! And I was like, what the fuck was that? Because I kind of forgot I'm on stream. I'm really tired. I got no sleep, dude. I woke up at like 3, I think, and here I am. So, good morning, Synth. How are you? I'm currently suffering, but you know, we do. Yeah, I'm not planning on streaming super long today. I just want to do the weeklies on Warframe, and then yeah, I'm still debating on going to the gym levels of tired, and I'm trying to research Warframe, not Warframe, Blender, VRM stuff. Yeah. Yep. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? I tried some new games the other night to see if they were streamable. I don't really think so. Hello, Hikiki. How you doing? Oh, he got ads right off the rip. Oof. Got his ass. Yeah, that sucks. So yeah, I'm more trying to work at things. Still trying to get the general idea for the model down and stuff. Not the ED ads. Oh, poor Hikiki. You got limp dick. Oh, Hikiki go Mori. Mori has limp dick. There's some news for you.
I'm major bored.
Damn.
We fight
Damn,
all the
Daniel. That's unfortunate. You're a girl? You're a girl with limp dick apparently. Damn. Damn. How are you doing, Maury? How's your limp dick treating you? Are you doing okay? Did the stream break? I don't think so. Should be working. I think it's working. Yeah, it seems to be fine. Hang on one sec. See, it should be working. It feels like it's working for me. Yeah, I think it was just you, Maury. I think the stream heard about your limp dick and was like, Lamau, this is gonna be really funny. Oh no. I was doing some experimenting. My dick is limp. I mean, the VA, actually, fun fact here, when you go and get your rating from the army, there is 10% for limp dick, and they will also give you free Viagra for the rest of your life. So that's up there. They actually recommend everyone claims limp dick on their way out because it's like a free 10%. And yes, I did try it. They said they're not going to rate it, and I was like, you fuckers. So, yeah. It is what it is. And I am not a fanboy. I wish I was. I'd have more employment opportunities if I were. Yeah. This is what I was looking for. Yes, because I saw a thing the other day, and I wanted to go look at that real fast while we wait for the week to turn over. And also do some farming shenanigans. Yeah. So how are you guys doing? Is life treating you well? I did some research the other day. I've been doing a little bit of work on the Vroid model. I'm really trying to get into doing, what's it called? I'm trying to get my hands on, I'm trying to understand Blender a bit more, because I think the Vroid is going to be easier to do, but it's the, it is the, what's it called? It's Blender that's going to have all the good stuff, you know what I mean? So I want to get my hands on crap. You know, whoopsie. I don't know why do you keep swapping back? I want you to stay in day form. Uh-oh. Ah, yes. I would like you to stay in day form, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Let me take this off real fast. So I saw a really good Equinox fashion frame, and I wanted to take a look and see if I could get something good out of this. Rest and Rage, day form, you become more vulnerable to damage. Yeah. Mend and Maim, Pacify, Provoke. In night form, reduces damage, increases ability strength in nearby allies. I think that one sucks. So, thinking. Let me take off, what's it called? Whatever that ability I have on there is. So what I'm wanting to do is I want to get Equinox set up so that, here we go. Remove infusion. Set up so we can use it to speed through defense as fast as we can. So defense is now a 3-wave instead of 5-wave. That means farming stuff through defense should be fastest with Equinox now, while also still being relatively AFK. Because Gyre, my duration on Gyre is too low for me to really make use of Gyre in defense missions. So we have to instead utilize Equinox for our shenanigans. So what we can do is we can max out our oopsies, bad button press. Not gonna go Nova. I don't like using Nova because I have to keep spamming her fourth ability, which is really annoying to me. So, yeah. Give me 1 second. Hang on 1 sec. Hold on. I had allergies in years, and now I do again, so that's great. What was I saying? But yeah, I don't like using Nova because I gotta keep spamming the ability. You can have it just kind of going, but it doesn't really work properly. So I see Nova, I recognize it, I acknowledge Nova's existence. I don't want it. Now, all we need right now is strength. Where's my strength card at? Come on. Strength. Blind Rage makes the most sense since we can get maximal damage out of that. Thank you. Efficiency goes in Zishita, but it shouldn't matter too much. Arcane Grace. We're going to go with Energize to offset the energy issues. And this should kind of work. We're going to pump into shields instead of HP. Because this Equinox build is before the HP rework, so it's definitely an oldie. Now, we can look at Metamorphosis, there we go. Which other spawns? I wasn't thinking of enemy speed, I was thinking of radial damage, actually. Not many have enemy speed though. Equinox does, but again, that's not what I'm using Equinox for. I'm using it for Mend and Maim. So I know Rage can be taken off Equinox. And in that case, basically every frame in the game then. But one thing at a time. I actually have not done anything with Equinox for a while, so we're just going to do some coloring and shenanigans real fast. Just real quickly, since we're going to be staying in sun form predominantly, we're going to color in sun form instead. One. There we go. The Rage plus Speed vote could be interesting. I don't think I have Rage subsumed though, is the thing. So I would have to farm out another Equinox, which I really don't want to do, because you know, farming out Equinox is just a whole problem on its own. It's really annoying, and I really just don't want to right now. Especially because I think you might be able to hear to my voice, I am exhausted right now. I am dying. I'm so dying. Again, I'm debating on just not going to the gym. I was able to get some stuff done the other day, though. I was able to do a little bit of stuff. Like I said, I was working on the model. I have the beginnings of a rough draft. For the updates to the model. That's one of those things I'm working on. But there's still a lot to work through right now. Excuse me. There's still a lot to work on right now, so just give it some time. Yep. Actually, no. I'm trying to think of what's gonna be like the good stuff here, you know what I mean? Like, this is kind of an upstanding character, you know what I mean? It's very much a knight build almost, you know what I mean? So like, what could I get away with? Oh, I remember now. Yes, I remember what I saw. I remember now. Yes, the memory's back. Because I couldn't find it again after I got off that thing. It's using the latest pay-to-win fashion. Where is that? There it is. Yeah, the Nimandi. The Nimandi looked really good on... Yeah, it kind of works, doesn't it? The shoulders are a bit broad. I thought these were smaller. But the Nimandi looked really good in the video I saw, so I wanted to grab that. I'm also working at getting a Vaska Kavat again. It's been a while since I've had one. But I want to get another Vaska Kavat because I saw another video where apparently the Vaska Kavat, it might actually be the best nuker pet right now. So I want to get my hands on that as well. But every time I've been logging on, it has not been nighttime. So I've been struggling in that department as well. It's not been great. It has not been great, but we are hanging in there, you know, doing the best we can with what we have. So much of A, so much of B, but etc., etc. This is a bit too top heavy, yeah. I'm looking for something a bit more kind of larger for the chest piece, something armor E, you know what I mean? Kind of like this, but not that. Kind of like, actually, yeah, Saturn 6 actually fits there. So, too blocky, too gross, too no. Ion, no. Too much pay to win fashion. I really gotta stop spending money on stuff. Zivok, no. But, yeah. So I'm still trying to get the model together. I'm having a bit of an easier time getting myself off my bootay to go do it. But life is still a little bit of a struggle bus. Still a bit of a struggle bus. But, you know. We keep going day by day. Day by day, we'll get there eventually. I want to do it in Blender though, because it looks like Blender is going to have more options It's going to have more options to do the stuff that I'm interested in. The only issue is not... This is going to sound kind of weird, but hear me out here. The issue is not that I don't know Blender, it's that I don't know what I'm looking for. Like, that's the big struggle I'm currently having when it comes to making the model, is I just don't understand what I'm looking for. Like, I was working in Vroid, getting what I wanted to do. Like, I had reference images up, I was going through the whole thing, and I got about halfway done and I was like, no, this looks nothing like what I want it to look like. And right around then is when I realized that I really don't have an idea what it is I'm going for exactly. Like, I had an idea, but I didn't have an idea. So, yep. Yep. Do we want a Signa on here? How does this sit? Ooh. It's not bad, especially if we go kind of wide and everything. Let's pop we can pop a format down so we can unlock the second energy slot. Because this is also a prime, so it's not like it matters too much. So pop that down in there. Go in here. I think the pollution might be bad today. Maybe that's why I'm so congested. So there we go. So leave things like that. Get rid of the wireframe again, yeah. Get rid of the wireframe. Thinking. I mean, we could just go all the way into excessives, right? We could just be excessive with everything. Actually, where is it at? Where's the temporal one? Temporal? We could do temporal in here. It'd be visually interesting. At the very least. It should be about an hour before recess. We still have a bit of time, unfortunately. Unfortunately. It'd be nice if the game would reset a little earlier in the day, you know what I mean? But oof, take your W's where you find them, I guess. Why do they always go bang on stuff when I start streaming? It drives me crazy. So let's grab this color here, go up to Kavia. Ooh, Jesus. I wish that door wouldn't slam too. That door slamming scares the shit out of me every time. It's the worst. Gold there, because you know I'm a big sucker for my gold, and this is... It's workable. So, big thoughts here, big thoughts. Where's my bass assist? Thank you. The reason why I need to level up the bass assist right now, but also it being able to force me to deal, what are they called? Finisher kills on enemies gives us effectively a bunch of extra ability strength in the moment. I already got that one, fuck. What happens if I pick up the ones that I already have? Do I get like a bonus or something for doing that? Do I get something else? Questions without answers, folks. Questions without answers. So we can scream through a conjunction survival real fast. We're going to bring Worm here just for the survivability to guarantee that we're going to make it through this. Once we do that, we'll have a better idea of what exactly I'm trying to accomplish with this build. And then from there, life will hopefully make a bit more sense. But yeah, so I've been working at the model a little bit. I think the issue with Blender is that it's not that I don't know how to use Blender, it's that I don't know how to do what I'm wanting to do. Like, I'm not sure how to describe this. Like, I don't know how to draw, right? But I know how to draw. I don't know if it makes any sense whatsoever. It probably doesn't, but it makes a lot of sense to me. Vent as in upgrade relics. What do you mean? Oh, don't forget to vent your void traces. I normally just don't. I don't ever need to upgrade stuff, so I just kind of don't bother. So, yeah. Yup. Don't hate me for that. Ooh, the shoulders are just a bit too wide, aren't they? Is that the horn? No, it's the shoulders and the horns. Bruh. Rest and Rage. Jesus Christ. Oh, Pacify and Provoke is a channeling ability. Actually, something interesting we could do there. We'll do that. We'll do that later. Yeah. So enemies are going faster right now, but they're also taking more damage. So actually, Equinox might be better than I thought they were. Why haven't people? The brain is starting. I'm starting to cook a little bit. I'm starting to cook just a little bit here. I don't like the idea of not being able to pick up traces. So if I get anywhere close to 1,000, you start dumping. No, I feel that. I normally am just farming for Forma though, so I never really have a reason to use my traces. So I kind of just don't. Oh. Sorry, I thought I heard thunder again. I hope we get thunderstorms soon. I love thunderstorms. They're like the best weather pattern, you know what I mean? It'd be great to have one. Oh, hello, Shock Xmas. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Give me that. Pop that. Do I still have? I still have the charge. There we go. Fabulous. So if we can get double range, if we can get the range strength thing, we'll be in a very nice position. But, yeah. Yep. So I've been working on stuff, experimenting, trying to understand what exactly my vision is. And then just trying to kind of get up and go from there. You know what I mean? Yeah, the shoulders are not going to work. The shoulders are not going to work. They look visually interesting, but as soon as you ADS, it starts to get in the way a bit. You know what I mean? It's not great. Come here. Thank you. Boop. I love the bass assist. I just wish it was less bright, because it is very visually garish, you know? If it weren't for that, I'd actually use this a lot more often. It's just a bit too visually loud for my taste. Yep. It does seem like we're carving through enemies pretty quickly. I wish it was as simple as just, you know, keep his 4 on the entire time and it would just kind of take care of business for you. It'd be really nice, you know what I mean? But obviously things are not going to be that simple. However, coupled with a beast pet, I think is when Equinox would take off the most, because being able to just forcibly apply slash procs to anything and everything, there's no way that doesn't synergize with some pet or another, you know what I mean? So that's also another reason why I want the Vasca, because the Vasca is apparently the best nuker currently. So I would like to get my hands on that just to give it a whirl, see if I could do any funny nonsense with that. And yeah, let's try various new things. So I'm trying out model stuff and I'm trying out this stuff. I'm focusing on Vroid right now instead of Blender, because Blender is a bit mechanically difficult. Like, there's still going to be a lot of there's still going to be a massive learning curve when I pick it up. So I want to have a firmer idea of what it is I am trying to do before I boot up Blender and start going for it. So that's why I want to get the Vroid model done. Once I'm done with the Vroid, I'm just going to call the Vroid the 1.0 model. And then as soon as it's done, I'm going to start working on a Blender model. Because as I'm looking at other people's models and I'm looking at things other game studios do and whatnot, I see there is a lot of there's a lot of detail and there's a lot of time that goes into it. And given my what's the word? Executive dysfunction? Given the executive dysfunction that I kind of struggle with, it's probably better I get started on it sooner and just kind of slowly chew my way through it. So yeah, I also have been doing a little bit of research into different content styles, you know, because I think I might be stagnating a little bit, just a little bit. Can I nuke him? No, the answer was no, I couldn't. Bruh, I wanted the nuke Mania so bad. Oh, jeez. Man, Mania nuked me. Okay. I see how that is. Oops. My bad. Back to what I was talking about, though. So, you know, various things I want to try and work at right now. I'm thinking of various content things I want to do. I'm actually thinking maybe I want to get into VR content, right? Which would obviously require me to get a VR system. So that one is most certainly on the back burner, but it's definitely on the it's definitely up there as one of the things that I want to try. Just at the very least to say that I did try it, right? And if I don't go to the gym today, I also want to try and edit that video that I've been holding off on. Because it's going to take me a couple hours to do that. That one's going to be a couple hour journey, right? So I want to do that as well. Where are you at? Where'd you go? Rax. Ah, there they are. Hello. Hi. I'm really liking the Coda Costas, by the way. It's not super great, but it's pretty not bad. It's pretty not bad. I really kind of fuck it with it right now. But yeah, so I'm looking at different content styles and things I could potentially look at and try right now. Yeah. Yep. I'm also looking, I'm also debating on probably updating and upgrading the Discord server. Because apparently a lot of people are having trouble with the React for Roll thing. So I'm thinking of stealing a page out of Junie's book. And I'm probably going to get rid of the react to the rules to open up the server, because that's mostly there just to keep out the bots, right? So what she did, and I think this is really fucking funny, you have access to the entire server upon login, right? However, the very topmost channel, and I just think this is brilliant, the very topmost channel is set up so that if you type anything into it, anything at all, you will instantly be banned. And I think that is brilliant, because what do bots do? Spam bots will go from top to bottom when they spam bot. They'll go top to bottom, and so all they do is just wait for somebody to post in that topmost one, ban them, and there you go. It's fantastic bot protection. Like, that's actually really clever. It reminds me of that meme of the dude writing cybersecurity for brute force protection, and his resolution for a brute force attack was to make it so the first time you type in the password and username correctly, it gives you an error login message. This is brilliant. I think that's actually fabulous. Absolutely deranged, but also like, damn, that's a great idea. I like that. So yeah, I wanted to give that a little whirly-dirly too. You know what I mean? So give that a little bit of a whirl just for fun. Apparently I could download Carlbot. I was gonna look at Carlbot. See if Carlbot can do the things that I want it to do. If it does, hooray. If it doesn't, we'll move on to the next resolution then. So yeah, I was talking about this last stream too. I'm debating on starting to host some small-scale community events. Wait, do what now? Carlbot. I was thinking of putting Carlbot on the Discord server as a way to give roles on reaction. Because right now I use Dinobot, and Dinobot only kind of works. So, you know, try something else. Yeah, you know what I mean? It only kind of works. Because it seems like we have a lot of people who have kind of issues getting that to work for one reason or another. So rather than sit there and be like, oh, figure it out, I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to kind of work about it. And then the first react is a trap? Exactly. It'd be really funny too, in my opinion. It has the potential to be really funny at least. Hello, Malice. Goodbye, Malice. Bye-bye. It has the potential to at least be kind of funny. Which, you know, I'll take kind of funny. Kind of funny is, you know, kind of funny. So, you know, just the various things I've been thinking about and that I've been wanting to try just to see if they work properly. I'm also checking to see if we're at rank 30. There we go. I'm thinking of getting rid of Arcane Energize in exchange for a Channeling Arcane, since Equinox appears to have 2 channeling abilities, which is really nice. I forget what Rest and Rage even does. What does Rest and Rage do? In night form, puts targets to sleep. In day form, makes them more vulnerable to damage. And it also speeds them up. So what is this one doing? In day form, increases ability strength of nearby allies. Ew. Reduces damage inflicted by nearby enemies. So it's damage, protection. I thought that was the one that... I have to check the augments, don't I? Because I could have sworn one of Equinox's abilities was just to passively make enemies faster for no reason. But yeah, and then I was thinking of making community events or something where we could just watch movies or some crap. Like, I don't really know. Oh, no. We have about like 50 people in the server, but only like 5 people use the server at all, including me. So I'm trying to look at ways to kind of just generate more people utilizing the server. Not for, I'd mostly just so it feels more like a community. Cause that's one of the things that's been frustrating me a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little frustrating. Yeah, it's a little frustrating. So work at that a little bit, clean it up a little bit more. It's kind of low on the list, but how easy it'd be to fix it makes me more interested in it, since I could be like, oh, you know, click, 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 there you go, done. Versus the Blender model and stuff would have to be an ongoing project and whatnot. And also, I want the Blender thing because I'm kind of getting stressed out not having classes right now. So I'm trying to keep myself occupied in some manner or another, you know? So that's what that's what I'm trying to do. I was debating on actually just skipping stream today and going out and about because I'm kind of stresso just sitting around in here. Like, it's not that I'm sitting around in here, but I've been sitting around in here and I'm kind of stressed out. I just don't know what I would do because I don't want to spend money right now. Also, I accidentally washed my headphones again and now they don't even block sound. So I need to buy new headphones, which I'm not happy about. So, yeah. Yep. And it doesn't look like the art students in the art club are going to do anything for a bit, because apparently a bunch of them got sick. So, yeah. No W's. No W's. You know how it be. You know how it be. So let's take a look at our Equinox again. Yeah. We're going to remove the shoulders, because the shoulders do block our camera a bit. Where's my thimble? There's my thimble. I like having the thimble to play with. We're going to metamorphize into day. Thank you. Do. So, yeah. I've been working on stuff. I've been working on projects and whatnot, trying to figure stuff out. The weather's also starting to heat up too. Like, it's starting to get warmer and warmer, earlier and earlier. Not looking forward to it, dude. Not looking forward to it. So, yeah. Yup. So right now we're kind of just hanging on for dear life as usual, which is kind of disappointing when you think about it. We're only hanging on for life. Tisks not living. See, I don't have anything that looks good to me. I'm starting to get more interested in these Jagger shoulder bolts. I'm starting to get more interested in them. Only starting, but you know. Something to think about. Excuse me. So, yeah. We'll just leave it as is. It'll be fine. It'll probably be fine. So, go back into here. What can we need? We need, that's right, I need to look at the augments next. The augments for Equinox probably make and break Equinox, don't they? Let me take a look here. Equinox. Duality. Equinox's other half breaks free. Now, Common Frenzy. Killing an enemy affected causes the effect to spread the enemies within 5 meters for 100% of the remaining duration. Pacify Provoke converts all damage done to allies into an aura that slows enemies by 40%. Provoke converts damage done to enemies into an extra 15%. Mend and Maim. That one's a no. So let me grab this. We're not going to use Duality. Duality is like actually trash. So do bum 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 do ba do ba do ba 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 da ba da ba da ba 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 ba. I'm grabbing Phosphor as well. You collect enough Phosphor, eventually some good stuff's gonna happen.
I see.
Eventually. Alright. So let me take a look here. Because I always forget what Equinox's abilities are actually called. Common Frenzy, Pacify Provoke, Rest and Rage. So this one gives us extra ability strength. Does it give ourselves, do we get ability strength as from our own Pacify Provoke? That's kind of the question I'm wondering. If we do, yay. If we don't, nay. So I don't know. I mean, it's a functioning build. It does the thing. So one thing I also wanted to do real fast. Bum bum. Yeah, not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Fabulous. Alright, so this should be capable of helping us burn through defense maps quickly. Especially in like arbitration and stuff. In fact, we might be able to arbitration our way through this real fast. Let me grab the Doge. So, Corpus Amalgam Interception. I've been wanting to do non-survival missions for a while because one, survival is starting to bore me a bit, but also arbitration and temporal Archimedia are the only ways to get Omniforma without spending money, and temporal Archimedia is a lot more of a pain in the ass than it's worth. So I'm looking at avoiding that. I also want to do art streams again, but every time I wake up and I'm like, I'm gonna do an art stream, yay! I kind of sit there and I'm like, no, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with people looking at my process. I don't want to deal with any of that. So yeah. Yep. Especially once I start doing model shenanigans and whatnot, then I just really don't want people involved, like, whatsoever. So maybe that's a bit weird. Maybe it's a bit pedantic or something. Like, I don't know. It's just something that's been bothering me for a bit. Like, I like the idea of just kind of sitting around and doing that, but at the same time, I just know someone's going to pop up and say some stuff, and then I'm going to be mad about it, and then I'm going to be sad. It's going to be like, bruh, it's going to be like, and obviously the brain goblins have been an issue. I really hate how emotional I can be. Like, dude, I see one bad thing and it just wrecks my entire week. It's not even like an exaggeration. It just straight up actually ruins my week. It's so lame. Booski. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Yup. I do love this cape, by the way. It is so gloriously over the top. You know what I mean? Absolutely fantastical. I adore it. And it's so in the way, too. It's good. It's just good stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm not really sure what kind of content I really want to do as far as stream goes. I obviously want to move away from Warframe and the other farmy games I normally play, but I don't really know what to move into, right? Like, I like playing Minecraft every so often, but Minecraft is kind of a twofold issue for me. Like, on the one hand, I do get bored of Minecraft, right? I get bored of Minecraft. Like, I like Minecraft. I like what it is. I like what it does for people. I get kind of bored of it as time goes on, you know what I mean? And not only do I get bored of it, I'm kind of concerned about the kind of people it attracts to streamers. So that's kind of another issue I have with it, you know what I mean? So it's like a little of A, and it's also a little of B. I don't want to deal with the problems it brings. Or at least has the potential to bring. Maybe that's also just me having misconceptions or stuff. I'm not really sure. I don't really know. But also, I don't like playing in solo maps. I like being able to affect and have other people affect my maps. But I also don't like being trolled. Ain't that a whole catch-20
All 4 towers.
So, various things to think about. Various this, various that. I've been playing around with the idea of starting up my own server and just allowing people to join it willy-nilly. But I am worried a little bit about the cybersecurity aspect of that because Minecraft's not really the most secure in the world. So, yeah. Lots of things to think about. Oh yeah, Terraria. I did promise I was going to play Terraria again. Could do that. Yeah. Terraria could be fun. Terraria will be fun. Especially with that new update coming out soon. Dude. Love Terraria. It's been forever since we've played Terraria too. And obviously I would use the mod packs. You gotta have the mod packs, dude. Especially with Calamity, because Calamity has just been absolutely absurd lately. Yo. So, give me some of that. What else could we... I also just noticed there's a Saren in this match with us, which, like, dude, Saren and Equinox are, like, some of the best combos, because I will auto-spread their spores for them. Dude, it's so good. But, yeah. Yeah. Not really much else to say, unfortunately. Not much else to say. Just kind of thinking about the future, thinking about what we could do. I still want to do just chatting streams, but I'm not sure how to plan those out quite yet.
The enemy have deployed fierce reinforcements. Are you willing to
So,
decode
you
their
know.
messages?
You know. I always get caught. I've been trying to watch other just chatting streamers just to see what they do. But I always end up getting caught up in the sheer force of personality a lot of these people have. So I also don't really know what to do about that at all. You know what I mean? So lots of problems, not a lot of solutions. Lots of problems, not a lot of solutions. Lots of problems, not a lot of solutions. I see some guides, some recommendations, some this, some that's telling me that, oh, you should follow trends as a way to diversify yourself as a streamer. And I'm like, yeah, but
Tower captured.
you should play games lots of people are playing to diversify yourself as a streamer. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't like those games, man. What if I don't like those trends? What if I'm not having fun with them? You need to do new things to keep your content fresh and invigorating and interesting and all that hooty-dooty nonsense. I'm like, yeah, but what if I'm having fun as is? Which I'm not, but also it's like, okay. It's very white bread, unoffensive kind of advice. You know what I mean? It's an advice without having the advice. Like, oh, if you're like, what is some stupid advice people hand out whenever they don't know what to say, but they also just don't want to shut up and say they don't know what they don't know what to say. I don't know. It's that kind of weak sauce, no spine advice that is so squarely inoffensive. It's like, ugh. Make new content. Okay, what's a good content idea? Whatever you think is interesting. Wow, thanks. That kind of stuff. So that's where another part of the struggle bus has been. Since we're using a range Equinox, we might actually use the Rest and Rage augment. That might be a good idea. That might unironically be a good idea. Now that I think about it. I'll have to bust open a mod slot for that. Sorry, I'm trying to think at 12 miles a minute too. So, yep. I think actually what might be the biggest issue for me when it comes to streaming right now is my own lack of self-confidence. Like, I keep thinking that I'm not entertaining enough to carry a just chatting stream through sheer force of personality, when I just realized some of my favorite streamers just kind of don't really do much when they do a just chatting stream. They just kind of show up and like engage with chat, you know what I mean? So maybe I could do it after all. Maybe all I need to do is just have some confidence and just kind of go for it. Yeah. Maybe that's the secret sauce. Just start doing stuff and let it go. Might be a good idea. Might be a good idea. So maybe I'll do that next stream. Maybe I'll start off the stream by just chatting for an hour, give or take. Not the entire stream. Not the entire stream. No, no, no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to just chat. I could be just chatting for a little bit. That I don't think that'd be too bad. And then we can kind of flex it from there. Yeah, and then I could make the stuff that I talk about be streaming mechanics, OBS, all that stuff that I'm interested in. That could actually be a working idea. Boop, there we go. I like how Equinox can nuke a good chunk of the map, so we can just start the next wave without having to hunt out all the enemies like you normally have to. That is nice. That is kind of cozy vibes. So I'll take those dubs where I find them. That's a pretty good dub to have. Yep. I do love Rhino's horn Signa. I do like that. I just wish it would fit on some more frames. Like if I could narrow the horns, change their angles just a little bit, like not just make it that one big diadem, I could make it could be really snazzy. Ooh, good. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yep. Hurry up. Let's go. Also, the Pharaoh Predicite is also really growing on me. Haha, think about it, it's infested. Haha. It's really growing on me though, because I love that 100 extra toxin damage it just randomly hands out. That's really snazzy for me. I really like that a lot. So being able to have that's really nice. Yeah. Yep. And it just sometimes nukes the map for me too. Love that. Love that to bits. It's a shame the extra toxin damage is not counted as a pet kill. That would be so busted. It'd be so busted. I would love it so much. But no, DE doesn't want us to have fun. So, yep. That. And how many do I have? I have 3. We need 5 to revive our Saren. Where's the 5th? There's that. There was one more around here someplace, but we didn't pick it up. And none of the other guys picked it up either. Did it despawn? Nope, one of them did pick it up. Bruh. Now I gotta herd the cat over here. Do.
We have lost control of a tower.
Come here. I'm here, K-dubs. Come on. Bruh. Bruh. Thank you.
Has all 4 towers.
Jesus, some of these people. So, yeah. Just things I've been thinking about and whatnot. Little A, little B, C, D, and E. All that good stuff. So, yeah, what was I talking about now? I forgot because I'm still mad about that guy. Like, players in Warframe, I swear to you, players in Warframe do not pay attention, like, ever. I don't understand it. Like, I see it like every time I go into any mission that has any mechanics whatsoever. Players will just not, there's always that one player that just does not pay attention whatsoever. They are just absolutely thunderously clueless. And I genuinely do not understand how or why that occurs. Like, bruh, it happens in Railjack, it happens in boss missions, it happens in freaking Alchemy like it did the other day. Like, players will show up not knowing a single mechanic whatsoever.
Are in total
And that's just it. That's just it. They show up, they don't do really much of anything, they exist, and they get mad when they don't immediately win. It's like, what is happening? Like in Railjack, I see it all. I saw it so often when I was farming out Railjacks that I just don't play Railjack with other players anymore. There's always that one guy that will try and grab driving the helm of the Railjack, and they'll just drive around picking up drops. That's it. That's all they'll do. They'll pick up drops, or they'll try and kill fighters. Like, there's no reason to kill fighters. Fighters just kind of die by accident. They just exist and they'll just randomly die. Like, there's no point to ever try and kill a fighter in a Railjack mission. Especially if you have a bot on your team, just set the bot 2 turrets and it'll take care of all the fighters for you. I actually had the same issue. I used to play Pirates of the Caribbean, the online game. I used to play that a lot as a kid, and it was the same damn issue there too. If you tried to co-op with somebody and use your boat, the instant you let go of that boat's wheel, somebody would take over and start captaining your ship. And I was like, bruh, hello Eric, how you doing? How's life treating you? We're currently bitching right now because we're doing arbitrations and players don't want to revive other players.
you must recapture.
So yeah, or do the mechanics. You ever notice that how people just don't know how to do mechanics? It's so annoying. Like, so annoying, you know what I mean?
We have decoded the
Like,
message.
holy balls.
Must not report back to their
Oh boy, I'm amazed some of these people know how to brush their teeth. Although I would wager a lot of them probably don't, you know? How are you doing? How's Warframe treating you? You found anything interesting yet? We set you up with the Latum last stream, didn't we? Can you explain to me how to do the Lich guns? Oh boy. Which one? Which one? Are you talking about Kuva Lich, Sister Lich, or Coda? Because there's 3 of them, and they each have a different method of acquiring them. Because of course we do.
more data is being broadcasted.
So, Grenier, Corpus, or Infested? Which one? What? Pick your poison. Pick your poison there, Eric.
Try and capture another signal.
Yep, I knew it. I knew it.
Surely
He was
find
going to
some
leave.
reinforcements.
This fucking guy. He was the one I was yelling at to get over so we could revive the Cairn. What an absolute trash bag. They get mad as soon as you tell them to play the game. Booski!
Power online.
Let's see now. Let's see if we can see how much or how little we actually needed them. Hello, Meteor Spectre. I need to update the Spectre because this one doesn't have infinite ammo. I have one going. It's a Kuva Lich right now. I have one. Oakley dokley. So that's the Kuva Lich. So if you already have it, then you're already through the worst of getting the Kuva Lich. What you need to do is you need 3 Requiem mods. You will acquire Requiem mods from opening Requiem, what are they called? Relics in reactant missions on the Kuva Fortress. You need 3. Well, hang on. Let me back up a little more. You need to open Requiem fissures on the Kuva Fortress. The way you get Requiem reactant crap is you have to do Kuva alert missions. This is gonna be a whole process. You're in for a trip. Once you have those, you'll open them. Once you get 3 mods, you'll do your Lich's missions, which are highlighted in red or blue, depending on whether or not it is Sister or Kuva Lich. For you, it'll be red. You'll do those missions over and over and over and over and over again, and eventually your Lich is going to spawn, and you are going to poke the Lich with your nice little pokey stabby thing, the thing you use to finish enemies. And if you have the right combination of mods, so it has to be the right mods in the right order, then you will be able to then chase your Lich onto Railjack, kill it, and either get its weapon or recruit it as a follower. So it is an entire process. The reason why it's a process is because once you have 3 Requiem mods, what you then need to do is you do those missions over and over and over again. As you do those missions, thralls for your Lich will appear. When they appear, you will kill them, you will poke them, and they will give you hints at what the mods are supposed to be. Okey dokey. And then once you have 3 mods, you poke your Lich with it. It's the right order, it's not the right order. It'll tell you whether or not a mod is in the correct order from left to right. So if the first one's in the correct order, it'll tell you the first one's in the correct order. If the first and second one are in the correct order, it'll tell you that. However, if the second one's in the correct order and the first one is not, it will not tell you that the second one is in the right order. And yep, there you go. That's basically it. It's a massive grind. The reason it's such a large grind is because DE took inspiration from the Nemesis system in Shadows of Mordor, and they wanted to make the Kuvaliches they wanted to make it like an actual account threat and kind of a long-term grind for new players. It never really worked out, so now it's just kind of a pain in the ass. What weapon did you get, though? What weapon is your Kuvalich posting up for you? Is it something good? I hope it is. I hope for your sake it is. The Coda Liches are currently way better than the Kuvaliches, because the Coda Liches, you only need 1 mod to be the correct one, and then you can kind of just poke you like 2 or 3 times, and there you go. The Sister Liches are not as bad because they drop a wild card. They drop a wild card mod that can be used in any slot and it will always be correct. So, yeah. Here, let me back out. We're going to back out real fast and I'll give you a better tutorial so you can understand exactly what I'm talking about real fast. But yeah, you're in for a bit of a trip there, Maji. I'm sorry, you had to find out this way. A lot of players wish they would rework the Lich system so it'd be less crap. So what you do is you go here, you go to Kuva Siphon Missions, you do these so you can get Requiem Relics. These thingies right there, you see that? You want to get those. Then you're going to go into your Void Missions and then you're going to do Requiem Fissures. You can see them right there. Once you pop those open, ooh, Kuva Brack, ew. Ew. Once you get those, you're going to go into your Parazon here, and you're going to slot on the Requiem mods that you get. So like Jahu, Kra, Foss. You're going to grab 3 of them, you're going to toss them into an order, and you're going to pray that order is correct. Then you go and you do the Kuva Lich missions until your Lich pops up, and you're going to poke him. If the order is right, congratulations, you can now go kill your Lich. If it's not, rinse, repeat. And as you do these missions, thralls will appear. You will poke the thralls. They will give you hints at what mods are correct. You won't what mods are correct. So you might use Jahu, Kra, and Kra again. You can't actually do that, but let's just say you did. You're gonna poke the thralls, and it's gonna tell you, hey, all 3 of these are wrong. You actually wanted Lok, Netra, and I don't know, Reese. It's not going to tell you what the order is, but hey, those are your 3 mods. And then you kind of just keep poking the Lich until you're correct. That's what attempts over here are for. It shows you the correct order. I did not even mean to start it. I was not looking at the guy. I thought it was random. Mexican because of love. Yepers! That's why people don't like it. It's really crappy for new players to run into the Kuvalich system because exactly your situation. People don't intend to start it, then they accidentally do, and now they have a very, very long, tedious grind ahead of them. So yeah, the good news is you don't need to do it right now. You can kind of just let it sit, okay? The only thing that happens from letting the Kuva Lich sit is two things. One, you cannot spawn a Coda Lich or a Sister Lich. If you're not trying to get those weapons right now, then it doesn't matter. The other issue, which is only kind of an issue, is anytime you do a mission on the planet that Lich is on, it will steal some of your resources. However, once you eventually kill that Lich, it will return everything it's stolen from you. So those materials aren't even gone. It's been sitting for the past 3 weeks. Don't worry about it. If you don't want to deal for right now, don't worry about it. If it steals something important from you, it's not gone forever. It's just gone until you kill the Lich. So I wouldn't rush it, especially if it's the Kuva Brack. The Kuva Brack's like actually ass. So yeah. Does it at least have an ephemera? Do you see if the Lich is glowing? Does it have any weird funny glows on it? If it does, you could probably sell the Lich once you kill it. The other thing to note is when you go fight the Lich and you beat the Lich, you will have the option to kill it or convert it. Convert it turns it into a randomly summoning ally and is really annoying. Killing it gives you the weapon. So I normally just murder them because, yeah. Another thing to note real fast, if you want a Lich weapon, there is a subset of Lich weapons that cannot be gotten through Liches, which sounds bad. It's actually really good. The reason why is because you can get them in the relay. You need a special currency though. How do you get that currency? I'll explain in a minute. So when the Sister Liches came out, they came out with a bunch of weapons, but DE was like, LOL, we're not going to put that onto the Sister Liches for some reason or another. So what they did is they put them on the parent sequences syndicate dude person guy. So if you walk all the way over here and you talk to this little dipshit right here, he will give you browse merchandise access to a subset of Lich weapons. So you have the Tenet Ferox, the Tenet Grigori, Tenet Levia, Tenet Exec, and Tenet Agendus. These are Lich weapons. They require corrupted Hallow Keys. The way you get these is by doing reactant Railjack missions. So if you're just farming Railjack, you'll get these soon enough. My recommendation would be the Levia and the Grigori. They're not the best weapons in the game, but these are both very solid weapons, in my opinion. The Exec is very good. The Agendus is really good. I just don't like sword and boards. The Tenet Ferox is one of the guns of all time. It has some utility. That's about it, though. So do that knowledge that you will, my friend. So yeah, if you're not quite in the mood to do your Lich yet, don't worry about it. Also, those mods, the Rec Room mods, are tradable. So if you really don't want to do the farm to go get those Rec Room mods, you can trade other players for them. Also, if you're a whale, you can buy a pack of these. I would not do that. You can also buy this pack, which is 835 platinum, which has one of each mod, which again, not worth it, plus a bunch of color palettes. Or there was a Requiem pack that had mods, but it might not have those anymore. So that'd be unfortunate. Yeah, they don't have that anymore. Unfortunate. So yeah, you could, if you would prefer, you could trade for those items from other players and then just farm it out that way. I'd actually recommend doing that if you have the platinum to spare, but there is no rush. Like I said, there is no rush. There's no need to kill the Lich beyond not being able to access any other Lich content until you do. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. And like I said, he'll steal materials from you, but you'll get those back after you kill him anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yep. And don't worry about other players and whatnot. Like, I think there are people who still have their original Kuva Lich from when Kuva Liches were released into Warframe. So you don't even have yours the longest. And these are people who are playing regularly too. They aren't just booting up Warframe once every couple of years. No, they still have the original Lich and they've been playing every day since then. I see it on Reddit every so often. Players will pop their Kuva Lich after years of having the Lich and just show all the materials and stuff that the Lich stole from them over the years. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It is what it is. It is what it is. And it will be what it will be. We're waiting for the week to roll over right now too, so that we can try and look at Temporal Archimedia, get some items and whatnot, get some shinies. The usual nonsense, the usual nonsense. We're going to make some edits here real fast. So yeah, how are you doing, Eric? How's life treating you? Is everything going well? Love and life, staying safe? I hope. I hope so. I have nether questions. How do you get nether questions? How do you get crystals you have on your guy to do more damage? Another question. Oh, another question. How do you get the crystals you have on your guy to make you do more damage? Are you talking about, what do you mean? What do you mean? What crystals are you talking about? I don't recall any crystals. Are you talking about the blue glowy little wisp thing that sometimes pops up on me, or something else entirely? Like, you gotta be just a little bit more descriptive, unfortunately. Just a wee bit more. There's a lot of crystals. When you went to the arsenal on the right-hand side, oh, Archon shards. Yeah. If you don't know how to get them, you're not ready to get them yet. However, I'm just gonna spoil anyways. You get the ability to use them from the Entrati Labs. If you go to the Entrati Labs, you're gonna talk to Bird 3, I believe. It's either Bird 3 or Sun up in Deimos. It's one or the other. You will talk to them and they will give you a helmet segment that will give you the ability to put Archon shards onto your Warframes. From there, the way you get Archon shards is Archon hunts, events whenever DE drops them, which is very rare, Archimedia, and Elite Archimedia. So it's a bit of a grind to get your hand on them. They are very nice though. They do have their moments where they come in pretty handy and it's like, oh yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend chasing them down, to be honest, because even now, years later, I still don't have a lot of those shards and I refuse to use them willy-nilly. Like, DE did not want them to be easy to get. DE wanted them to be really rare. And boy howdy, they are very rare. It's kind of annoying. So I wouldn't rush towards them right now. If you have the capabilities to get them, absolutely get them. They are really nice to have they are really nice to have when you have a build that would strictly benefit from them. However, they're not so game-breaking, build-defining that you need to stress yourself out about them right now. However, once I'm done coloring in my shinies here, because I'm getting distracted right now. But once we do that, there you go. It's not bad. Let me change out the attachments real fast. I love switching. What your opinion? What is a good Warframe for all-around chilling that does not need a lot of mods to do damage? Garuda. Garuda. I'm gonna keep harping Garuda. You need to get Garuda, my dude. Garuda's passive ability is double damage. So there's damage for you right there. If you get Sevagoth and subsume his subsume ability onto Garuda, she can maintain it forever. What one is that? Garuda. Her non-prime can be acquired from Fortuna. However, you can also buy her on the market and you can trade for her prime currently. So you should be able to find her somehow. I believe in you. So, but my recommendation to you is Garuda. I wish they didn't have lopsided armor parts. It drives me up the wall. But yeah, I firmly recommend Garuda. If for whatever reason you're just like, nah, about Garuda, another Warframe who can just kind of passively deal big dick energy, Cairn. Cairn is the best long duration Warframe in the game, the only one who is capable of dealing infinite damage over time. So she's another one. I know a lot of people have hate for him right now. Unironically, Chroma. Valkyr, if you're having trouble with survivability. I really like Valkyr. Valkyr is my bae. I'm trying to think of a couple others right now. Is she the one with the claws? Yeah, Garuda's the one with the arm claws. She's the one with the arm claws. Here, let me go take a look real fast. I'm not done coloring this in, but, you know, we'll deal with that later. Jaire's pretty good too, but you're probably going to find Jaire a bit difficult to get your hands on and build properly. Oh, you're not going to like my build. My build's a whole mess. Garuda! Here we go. Mine's a whole mess. This is the subsume ability. It gives you permanent lifesteal. Combat Discipline, Arcane Avenger, Arcane Arachne, Umbral, Transient Fortitude, Adaptation, Quick Thinking, Primed Redirection, and Primed Flow. It's a very Malinquatos build. The entire idea is just being as face tanky as possible. Combined with Gloom, which slows enemies and gives me lifesteal, and Bloodletting, which gives you infinite energy. I can mostly just face tank my way through the game like this. If you're looking for a dipshit build, this is your dipshit build. Like, it goes. I have armor, I have survivability, I have crowd control, and then with her passive ability, which is quite literally double damage, Garuda's damage temporarily increases with each enemy she kills up to a maximum of 100. Literally double damage. It just goes. It just bops. I don't even use Archon shards on her. I have just one Archon shard for parkour velocity, and that's it. Just so she goes a little bit speedier when I want her to. That's Garuda. Double damage. It's pretty nice. So, yeah, that's why I keep recommending her to you. It's because she's really good. People sleep the fuck out of her right now. But Garuda is unironically really snazzy. Like, yeah, there's not much else to say. Where is the... Let me check real fast. Let me make sure I was correct about the Archon segment. It should be in the Sanctum in Atomica, but I have to check again just because... Just because, and then you're gonna have to worry about Ascent Collation, but you're still worried about getting the shards first. Booski! Should be with Bird 3, I believe. If it's not, it's gonna be with Sun. It's one or the other. One or the other. Hello! Helminth Coalescent segment. Okay, so not quite. Allows the helmet to infuse part of... Okay, so no, not Bird 3. Bird 3 lets you upgrade your shards. So we're actually looking for Sun. Hello, Nyod. Helmet segment, empower the helmet in your bird to unlock and transfer new abilities. Not him either. Invigoration allows you to invigorate. Crap, which one lets you do Archon shards? Hang on. Warframe Archon shards. Because you can't just install Archon shards innately. I don't think, at least. Come on. Come on, Firefox. I know you can do it. Come on. There you go. Types, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Permanently taken from Archons and Helmet. Yes, yes, yes. I know. Or can you just install them? Can you just install them innately? Helmet can be enhanced to imbue Archon shards obtained from Archon hunts and our sources to currently equipped Warframes, blah, blah, blah. Archon shard imbuing requires the Helminth Archon shard segment, which is from... It is from the Veilbreaker quest. So once you complete Veilbreaker, you'll gain the ability to install Archon shards into Warframes. And then in order to get more shards, you can do a couple of things. You can do Netrocell missions through the weird flesh doge right here. You can do it through there. You can also talk to Necroloid and do Elite Archimedia, which can sell, well, Deep Archimedia and Elite Archimedia, which can drop Archon Shards. You will also do, give it a minute, just wait a minute here. Yep. Thank you. 1,973 days. Fuck my life. You can also do Archon Hunts, which have a guaranteed drop. Very nice. And that's generally about it. You can also do call missions on Drifter's Camp to buy them. Other than that, there are no ways to get your hands on Archon Shards. You cannot trade for them. So that's why they're currently a bit of a commodity. As for what they do, and you'll understand why they're useful, but they're not super useful. You can go in here, go in the Archon Shards. There are 6 kinds of Archon Shards and upgrades to each of them. The red shard, the bonuses you have to choose. You don't just install a shard and get all 5 bonuses. The bonuses are plus melee critical damage, primary status chance, secondary status chance, ability strength, ability duration. The yellow shard is maximum energy filled on spawn, effectiveness of health orbs, effectiveness of energy orbs, casting speed, and parkour velocity. Health, shield capacity, energy max, armor, and passive health regeneration. Toxin status effects, deal more damage, recover HP on toxin status effect. Ability damage to enemies affected by corrosive and maximum stacks of corrosive. Gain 1 HP per enemy killed with blast damage, max 300 health. What that means is it gives you HP, not health. It gives you HP, the stat, not HP, the recovery. Regenerate 5 shields when you kill an enemy with blast damage, plus secondary critical chance every time you kill an enemy affected by a heat status, up to 50%. It actually caps out at 150%, but you need 2 shards for that. Gain ability damage on enemy affected by radiation status. And finally, gain ability damage on enemies affected by electricity. Gain primary electricity damage. Gain 10% more per red, blue, and violet shard equipped. Gain 25% melee critical damage when maximum energy capacity is over 500. This damage boost doubles. And gain health when picking up energy, and gain energy when picking up health. The reason why these are not as useful as you think they are is these bonuses are after mods. So they are not affected by mods. You will get 150 health, and that is all you're getting. You can put on whatever mod, whatever arcane shard, whatever this, whatever that you want, is 150 extra health. So they're very nice. They're very snazzy. But they're not super snazzy. For instance, ability strength here. You will get 10 ability strength after everything's said and done. So you can put on whatever mod you want. You can do whatever you want. But 10 ability strength. That primary status chance after it's all said and done. Out of all of them, the Emerald Shard is the worst out of them. There's only a handful of reasons to use the Emerald Shard, so I would just avoid it outright. My favorite is the Purple Shard, because the Purple Shard lets you do some shenanigans. For instance, the bottom 2 are my favorite. Health pickups and energy pickups. That's just the Equilibrium mod. So you can just get the Equilibrium mod innately. And then Archon Shards will stack with each other. So if you have 5 Azure Archon Shards, you can just do 150 health, 150 health, 150 health times 5. And there you go. They won't be affected by mods, but you can have that 5 times. So you can do the same thing with melee critical damage to do some funny, stupid nonsense, which I actually do on my Valkyrie build, because LOL, that shit is funny. Like, here, let me go show you. It's really good. I love it. I love it a lot. It's also why I have parkour velocity on Garuda here, just to make her a little bit more nimble. Whoopsies, wrong one. There we go. I have 5 of the Tau Forged Azure Archon shards. So I gain 37 melee critical damage when my total maximum capacity, not the energy in my energy pool, the maximum capacity of my energy pool is over 500. The damage boost doubles. So that is 74% extra melee critical damage times 5. So as you can see, it starts doing funny numbers to my melee builds. 10.9 crit multiplier. I like that a lot. It makes me happy, especially when I get into some of my weapons that have really good critical potential, such as my dual Ichor here with my 18.8 times critical multiplier. The problem though is, again, Archon shards are fairly rare. They're not easy to get your hands on. And yeah, so I don't really use them on very many warframes. Does that answer your question? There's no other way to get them, by the way. You can't buy them, you can't trade for them. You have to do those missions and hope you get them. Do you have any more questions, Saw? They're very, very end game. The normal recommendation is to use them for cozy stuff or do some deranged dipshit nonsense like I have. So if you're looking for just a little bit of extra ability duration, go for it. But if you're trying to really, I don't know, razz them up or something, I wouldn't. And don't use the green shards. The green shards, again, are only useful for like 2 things, right? It's really not it. I don't like the green shards. The green shards upset me. I'm going to look at the Tau Forged. Now, the difference between Tau Forged and regular, Tau Forged shards are just they're like 50% better than the non-Tau Forged, so they're just a straight upgrade, okay? Toxin status effects deal 45% more damage. What that means is you get 45% more damage when a toxin status effect damages an enemy. Why would you use this? There are better slots to use a crystal for. Recover 3 health each time an enemy is damaged by a toxin status effect. This is bad. The reason why is because the blue shards can regen 7.5 HP a second. So let's say you maxed out and did 5 shards, right? 5 times 3, 15 HP every time an enemy is damaged by a toxin status effect. That sounds good. The problem is how many enemies are you really going to be dealing toxin status effects to? How often are they going to be doing those damage numbers? How often this, how often that? Or you could just get, 7.5 times 5? Hang on, give me a second. I'm going to bring up my calculator. I don't like decimals. Decimals upset me. Using 5 Tau Forged blue shards, you can get 37.5 HP regen a second without having to change up any of your builds whatsoever. Gain 15 ability damage on enemies affected by corrosive stats. What this does is, let's say you do 100 corrosive ability damage to an enemy. If they have a corrosive status effect on them, they'll do 15% more damage. Yeah, that's about it. It's not awful, it's not great. Increase max stacks of corrosive by 3. The problem with this is in order to reach 100% armor strip using corrosive, you need 14 stacks of corrosive. So no matter what, you have to use 2 Archon shards in order to get 100% armor strip using this. So again, not useful. Not really great. Whereas the red shards, you can do some funny nonsense. You can have more melee critical damage. However, the purple ones are better for that. You can have more primary status chance. You can have more secondary critical chance. The orange ones are better for that. Or you can just get more ability strength and ability duration. So that's better. You can also mix them with a blue or yellow or a blue shard to make orange and purple shards. So getting reds are nice. Amber shards, 30% maximum energy filled on spawn, actually useless, actually bad. 100% effectiveness of energy orbs and 50% effectiveness of energy orbs. This is effectively a better arcane energize because you don't use an arcane slot for it. Using 2 Tau Forged Amber shards, you actually get more effect than you would from a maxed out arcane energize. So it is actually better. Casting speed is okay. Parkour velocity is nice in a pinch. More everything. Thank you. Moving on. Gain 2 HP per enemy killed with blast. This is a good way to get extra health onto your warframe if you don't have any source of getting HP and you don't mind building for blast. Remember, this does stack, so if you get 5 Tau Forged Amber Shards, 450 times 5, you can get 2,250 HP just by dicking around. Regenerate shields when you kill them with blast damage. This is less useful than it sounds because if your shields are depleted, it will not work. Increase secondary critical chance by 1.5 every time you kill an enemy up to a maximum of 75. Multiply this by 2 because it only goes up to 2 times, so it's about 150 extra status chance on secondary weapons. If you have heat status and you have secondary weapons, congratulations, good enough. Gain ability damage on enemies affected by radiation. Radiation is more common than corrosive, therefore it is marginally better. Violet, same thing, electricity, la-di-da. Gain 30% primary electricity damage, gain 10% more per red, blue, or violet shard equipped. Depending on your build, really good. That depends on your build. 25% melee critical damage. I love it a lot. And I put the bottom one, health pickups give 20% energy pickups give 20% HP. I put that on everything I can stick it on because that is a passive equilibrium mod. So it is a free mod slot. Oakley dokley? Oakley dokley. That's about everything you need to know about Tau Forged shards. Also, you can upgrade it so you can fuse shards together to get the mixed colors, green, orange, and purple. And then you can also upgrade it so you can upgrade base shards into upgrade shards. You can remove crystals after you install them in warframes. However, it is a pain in the ass. It requires a lot of materials. So, yeah. You do keep the shard, though, when you remove it, so don't worry about that. It's always worth it. So, there you go. That's shards for you. Yep. What is my temporal archimedia looking like? Do we have a pain in the... Is it a pain in the ass, or is it not a pain? It's a pain in the ass. Good weapon, bad weapon, decent. Exterminate, Legacyte harvest again. Legacytes are more powerful with each generation, but take longer to escape. Assassination. Only Thermian RPGs can damage the tank. Is it weird that I really just don't want to do this? Oh. Gear embargo, dural blades, fractured armor, constricted. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna grab Volt. Volt's gonna be the least of a pain in the ass in that. So give me Volt. We're gonna grab the Bratton. The Bratton's actually a good weapon. Yeah, Detron. Yeesh. And Destreza. Destreza's okay, but I don't use it very often for what I hope are self-evident reasons. I was going to upgrade it because I got funny numbers, but was and have are two different things, obviously. So, yeah, do you have any other questions there, Monsieur Eric? If you do, oh, fuck my ass. We need duration? Hang on, I'm thinking. There's a thing we can do here. I can't do the thing I was going to do. Fuck me. We have shields, we have HP. What could we what we're gonna shoehorn in adaptation. It's not super great, but it'll keep us alive. So will worms, so let's hope for the best and expecto the worsto. We are pub. So we're going to go for it. We're gonna go for it. The reason why we want to do this is because we can get Archon Shard. You can also get Archon Shards from Temporal Archimedia. You don't have access to Temporal Archimedia. So, yeah. On weak point kill, chance to drop health orb, enemy orb, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna pop that one on there. What are we gonna bring here? Scourger weapon, score tracker cures, gain 1 point per kill, blah, blah, blah. Resist knockdown. I need something for survivability. Thermian RPG could be deployed. I know what we're bringing to the last one. Taking damage while your Warframe's health is below 30 will create a mole clone every 30 seconds. If Maria's shield... Blah, 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 blah. Is Minerva assisting us for this one? She is! Oakley dokley. Thank you. And for the last one, we're bringing the Thermian RPG. So that way we can just DPS a little faster. We're going to hope for the best. And expecto the worsto. Fuck. They really cranked the difficulty on the Temporal Archimedia. Really cranked the difficulty. I'm not sure. I'm glad they added more difficulty, but I don't like the difficulty of this. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I need to upgrade Volt more. One thing I wanted to start doing, if I had the patience for it, is I was going to start making a thing where I would try and upgrade the build for every time I got a weapon I didn't like or a Warframe for the weekly missions. What I was thinking of doing was making a video where I very specifically built that set of weapons and Warframes, so that eventually I'd have just a decent build all around. But it doesn't look like we're going to be doing that right now. It doesn't look like we're going to be doing that. Most important thing we could probably do right now is just focus on not dying now. Probably the most important thing we can do right now. Don't die, don't get evaporated, don't get splattered across the entire fracking area. Yep. So yeah. Yep. It doesn't look like these guys are interested in finding the Pharaon though, so that's unfortunate. I don't really have much else to say other than that, unfortunately. You know what I should have brought? I should have brought Quick Thinking. Quick Thinking would have been a great idea. That would have been unironically a fabulous idea. And instead, I did not do that. Ooh, shiny, thank you. We're going over here. Looks like the other guy wants to do it too. So at the very least we can help him out a little bit. One last charge. We'll let him grab the last charge, because we just did 2. Actually, no, is that 3? I don't recall. Was that 3? I'm not really sure. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. I thought he opened it. Bastard! Oh, no, he did. Lovely! Fabulous. So, yeah. What other Warframes are probably decent? Well, decent for just chilling back and vegging. Mace is another good one. I don't really have any more recommendations. Unless you were a bit more specific about what kind of playstyle you were trying to use, I don't really have a whole lot of advice for what Warframes you should or should not be using, unfortunately. So, yeah. Yep.
Well,
I do, like I was saying, I do like how... What's the word here? What's the word? I do like how difficult, how they... I like the difficulty of Temporal Archimedia. I just wish we could choose our own gear so that it was less of a pain in the ass. Because right now, it's less fun, more pain. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's kind of my big issue with it right now. It's not necessarily that it's not fun, but not that it's hard. It's just not really fun. You know what I mean? If I could choose the equipment I brought in, then I'd feel a bit better. Ooh, Universal Fallout. Very nice. Snazzy. Then I'd feel a little bit better about how this sort of thing goes. But without allowing us to do that, kind of frustrating. You know what I mean? Kill Tekroth abilities. Do not care. So now we just gotta do the Legacyte. We gotta kill 3 Legacytes, and because it is not dual Legacyte weekend, it should be a little bit easier. Should be. At least a less of a pain in the ass. Yep. You wanna know one thing I kinda wanna do? I kinda wanna pick up some of the Steam content Like, for those of you that don't know, a long time ago, Steam actually had a couple loot box tradable items for Warframe. The phased Vauban skin series and the Rubido Rhino stuff. Those two things. I've kind of wanted to get those for like a long time, but I also just haven't because you can't color them in at all. I kind of want to now just because I think it'd be funny, you know what I mean? Just to have them. Why not, right? Oh yeah. The problem is the Rubido skins cost like a butt ton now. Not just a butt ton, a butt ton. They cost a lot. However, I think the Sayandana costs a bit less now. So I wouldn't mind picking those up just to have them. If I'm lucky, some of the other skins would probably cost less now too, because it's been so long since they came out. Like, hardly anyone even actually knows they exist anymore. I'm one of the few. I'm one of the few who still know about them. So maybe I should. I'm kind of nervous about it though, because last time I bought one of those, it was actually for Spiral Knights, and Spiral Knights has kind of died. I really miss Spiral Knights too. I really want to play it again, but I kind of also just don't want to because there's no real point to do so. Like, if you don't know what Spiral Knights is a game I used to play way back before I actually played Warframe. That was a really good game about just a lot of stuff. I can't really describe it right now. And I'm sad because I found the game right at the end of its life cycle that I'm so mad about. Because, well, the devs stopped updating with new content and they just started tossing in loot boxes, and it's just like, bruh, why? You know what I mean? Why? So it's really unfortunate. I got like 400 hours out of that game, and then it was like, okay, it's just loot boxes now. It's just loot boxes all the way down, and it wasn't even good loot boxes either. That was the problem. It was all well, actually no, it was good. It was just cosmetics, but they weren't good cosmetics. They were the same models, just different textures on them. I miss Spiral Knights. It had gorgeous music, actually beautiful music. I love it to bits. Every time I hear the menu theme, I get really nostalgic for it. And every so often I log back into it just so I can get that good old gas of nostalgia. Man. I miss Spiral Knights back when it was good and not, you know, back before it got just all kinds of corporatized and whatnot. All those stupid corporate words and whatnot. I hate it, man. Ruined a good game. And the worst part was it was starting to gain traction, and then Sony just gave up on it. They were just like, nah, we're getting rid of that. So disappointing. So disappointing. What happened with that? Really is a shame. It was a good game. It was very good. It was a very good game. You know, maybe I should actually make my model as almost an homage to 222 Spiral Knights. I've thought of that actually for a little bit because some of the armors in Spiral Knights were really cool. Really nice. Good stylized stuff. You know what I mean? It had a lot of that. It had that good character design. You know, does that make sense? It had that good character design. The well-loved character design, I guess, is the best way I can describe that. That really well-loved kind of look to it, where you can just tell the people that made it took a lot of time and effort and just shoveled it in there. I miss Spiral Knights. I miss it a lot. I miss it a lot. Stop killing me! 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 Jeebus. Jeebus. Oh, hello. You weren't paying attention. Doo-dah, doo-dah. We gotta go after the guy now, otherwise we fail. Otherwise we fail. Where's everyone else? Seriously, where'd they all go? Why am me and that Nova are the only ones currently going after him right now? Why? Why are we doing ones here right now? Like, I'm not even, that's not even me being pedantic. They are now showing up. What the actual fricky frick? Come on. Come on, please die, sir. My eyes are starting to burn because I'm not blinking so I can just look at him and track him down because I can't see past all the particle effects. Finally. Goodness. Jesus. Jeebus. I bet they were after that right over there. Whatever nice little arcane that is. Give me here. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Over here! Shiny! Don't know where that came from, but it's here now. Do. Over here. Yes, I'm also getting the troll. Anyone that doesn't like the vault. Just like they did to me. I don't like vaults, especially ones that spam speed, because I don't like speed, because it's really obnoxious and annoying, and I just hate it. Whenever I use Volt, which is very, very rarely, which is also why my build is not done for Volt, I don't use speed unless it's absolutely necessary. Like, I'm one of those people that advocates for Volt losing his ability to speed up other players and stuff, just because of how freaking annoying it is. Can't stand it. I wish it was not a, what is it, just, I wish it was not a thing you could do the Warframes. It's so annoying. It's dude, it's so bad because they made it so you can backflip out of it, which is like cool, that's nice. And then because it's always short duration, high strength bolts, they just immediately spam it again. And they aren't like me. Like I'm very specifically keeping it turned on, just so nobody loses it. And they just don't. They just wait until after they lose it, then they reset. So you have like 10 seconds where you don't gotta deal with it, then another 10 seconds. It's so obnoxious. That Ash over there is not doing anything. Why? Why, bruh? And also our worm is dead, so that's great too. That's great. That's another issue you do have to deal with in these missions. Is AFK players. Oh, there he is. Here he goes. You would think the Ash would actually be useful because he can apply really chunky donkey, what are they called? He can apply really chunky slash status effects. Dang it. How are you doing, Tired? How's life treating? Are you doing well? Loving life? Oh, Booski. We're trying to do Elite Archimedia right now. However, the other players are being difficult as usual. Then again, I also just stopped playing so I could do a hydrate command, so I guess I don't really get to talk anymore. How you doing though? Life treating you well? Doing well? Staying safe? Having a good old grand time? I was also just reminiscing about Spiral Knights. You ever play Spiral Knights? I remember Spiral Knights. Grandpa remembers Spiral Knights way back in the day. You work 7 days a week? Dude, I remember those days. No, thank you. I hope you get a day off soon. Ah, boy. How'd you wind up even doing that, by the way? How did that happen to you? Who did you piss off to get you to start doing a 7-day work week, guy? Like, what in the app? There goes my elbow. Hey, Crimson Shard and Bellicose. Bop-a-da-bop-a-da-bop-a-da-bop. I want something good. Give me some Pix chips or something. Give me something spicy. Give me something that makes me like, ooh, damn. You know what I mean? Give me something that's ooh, damn. You just unveiled a hate ribbon. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, Peely Pix. Yay. Come on. Yeah, through the door. Oh. Through the other door. This is the one thing I don't like about the motorcycles, is they're way faster than the area is really allowing you to navigate for. I'll be putting in my 2 weeks notice tomorrow, and so I picked up a job. I needed the money, then I got a good job, but I kept up for a bit. That's what's up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Good for you, my dude. Good for you. I'm glad. I'm glad. Hell yeah. You got a job. I'm trying to think here, but the words aren't wording. The brain. The brain. Don't be braining. As usual. You know how it be. Pop. Pop. Come on. Pop. There we go. 2 weeks from now, I have 3 days a week. Dude. Hell yeah. Oh, that sounds lovely. I'm actually kind of envious. I'm not sure. I'm actually a little envious, yeah. I'm kind of stressed right now because since I'm not having any classes right now for like the next month, I'm kind of espresso. My stresso do be espresso a little bit, so, you know. You know. So, yeah. I'm not really sure what to do with myself currently, except for work on stream stuff, which I'm going to be doing. I was actually debating on skipping stream today, but you know, here we are, I suppose. So, you know. It's 4:20. Why are you stressed today? It's actually 4:21 for me. So, that's part of the reason why. That's part of it. The other reason is, you know, I'm always stressed. Come on. Come on, game. Come on. Come on, work for me, keyboard. Because you don't hydrate. I hydrate a lot, thank you. Uh-oh. We're about to have some difficulties. Use the transponder on the terminal. I'm using it on the terminal. We might be soft blocked. Let me use this. No. We might be soft lock here. But yeah, I'm kind of stressed because I don't really know what to do with myself. I've been working on stream stuff. I've been working on some stream stuff, but the stream stuff has been a wee bit frustrating. So, you know. I don't really have much to talk about. Try dropping and letting someone else try. I did. They said they're having an issue too. On gear wheel, we still have a way in. 40 seconds though, and I only got 3 shots. We're gonna be here a while trying to figure that out. Yeah. Yup. 30 seconds. I think I might have glitched it because I popped the gear wheel. So that might have something to do with it. But yeah, so I've been working on stuff, trying this and that, trying to learn a bit. I'm just kind of frustrated because, you know, streaming's still not really doing the stream stuff that I wish it would do. So, you know, use 4-second pop bike, then try it. Hang on, let me 3, 2, 1. Remember, Thermian RPGs are the only way in. Come on, give me the RPG. Oh, it's not letting me have the RPG. Item cannot be used. Yeah, we might be hosed. Item cannot be used. Come on. Oh. Dang it. We were doing so well. It's not letting me summon RPG. The issue is the host is Goku. Yeah, he's been actually useless this entire time too. Well, looks like that might be GG's. Damn. Good job, DE. Damn, I'm kind of flabbergasted. Well. Oh well. Good GG's. Not much else to do for it. Oh, my bones, my back, my achy back. I don't want to go to the gym today. I don't want to veg in the room though, but I also just don't want to go anywhere either. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my day because I'm only doing a short stream because I didn't sleep very well at all, as usual. Again, I was talking about this earlier. I'm debating on picking up a VR system so I could start doing VR shenanigans. Debating on it because it'd be cheaper here in Japan. All right, what did we get? Shiny, shiny, shiny. Let's see now. What do we got here? Every 40 seconds, an enemy within 30 meters is affected by Syrian spores. If Minerva is assisting you, she gets revealing spores. An antimatter drop appears 25 meters away and gives chase every 10 seconds. Gain 1 Peely Pix chip on successful mission. Ooh, hello. Negative 50% gravity while aim gliding. Equip a Purgador 1. Oh, not bad. Did we get any Pix chips from that mess? We did not. I want the display, but the game keeps breaking.
Need time to think?
Love you, DE, but fuck me, you make it hard.
Pull you out without the whole run going to hell.
They make it really difficult, don't they? Yeah, they do. Oh, it's also because I didn't even do this crap. Yeah, that'll do it. Damn, they make it hard to love them sometimes. You know that? They really do be making it difficult to like them. At least today they are. SMH. SMH. So, yeah. I want to play other games too, but I'm trying to find other games to play. You know what I mean? Like, I tried one of the new games that I picked up during the Steam sale. I was playing that for a bit. However, one, my computer really does not like it. Like, it plays, but my computer is really not happy about that. So, I don't think I can use it. And also, I've been playing it a little bit. It's fun, but I'm not sure if it's something y'all would enjoy watching me play, you know what I mean? Which is really weird because it's a rogue-like, it's a rogue-lite, I would call it, a rogue-lite, hardcore game. Which, it sounds weird, it's kind of sick nasty. So like, you know, Subway Runners or like that kind of game? Imagine that, but like so much better and roguelite. So you have like upgrades, you can get items and stuff and all this hooty-doo and all that blah-de-blah. It's kind of snazzy. I like it. I've been having fun with it. I think the reason why my computer doesn't like it is it might be set to infinite FPS, because I noticed Satisfactory was set to infinite FPS, and that's why my computer didn't like Satisfactory very much. Which, fun fact, my computer didn't like Satisfactory very much, so I looked at it and I was like, oh, infinite FPS. So I turned that off, and all of a sudden my fans turned off, and I was like, wow! So that was a weird thing to have on by default, but sure, right? Fuck it. Why the hell not, I suppose. So, you know. Ooh, hang on. Big mode. So, yeah. Yep. I've been looking at other games. I want to try Pokemon as well, because there's that Pokemon roguelike that came out recently too. Do you remember that one? I don't remember what it's called. It's like Infinite Fusions or something. I've been looking at doing something like that. I've also looked at Barony. I'm trying to understand Barony a bit more, because I don't understand it very well. Like, I understand it, but I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Something's not clicking. And Monster Hunter, I'd like to do Monster Hunter again as well. I'm still trying to get back into a vibe for it. I'm actually going to be playing with a friend of mine later tomorrow. So maybe that will help get me back into the groove a little bit. How much does a VR system cost, by the way? How much? If I can get it south of $500, I'll probably do it. VR headset. I'd prefer a wireless one. Jesus, the MetaQuest 3S is $269? Fuck, I might actually have to own up my words there. What the hell? I don't want a Meta series headset though, because the last time I had a Meta, it was like, and I just don't like the parent company to that. I hate it a lot. So I would like the Valve series of stuff because I think Valve would work better for me. But Valve is expensive. So I'll probably have to do a lot of research into VR equipment and stuff and tracking and whatnot. You know, I could also pick up the mocap suit too. So I was looking for, the reason why I'm saying that, right, is I was looking for, you know, I'm always looking out for ways to generate cash, right? Because life's a bit stressful right now. And even though I am retired with a steady income, that steady income might not stay steady for long. So I was looking for Vroid presets and stuff that I might be able to learn off of or just use, because doing everything from scratch is rapidly becoming it's rapidly becoming unfeasible, right? So maybe just grab some stuff. And there are people who are selling the bog standard crap for dollars, like 300, 500 yen, which is like $2 or $3 USD. But I'm like, damn, I know that hairstyle right there. That's a preset, motherfucker. Or they'll retexture the preset clothes and stuff. I'm like, okay, I see how it is. And they'll actually have people having bought them. I'm like, what the hell is this? So maybe I could start making some of my own Vroid presets and stuff, put them up for cheap pennies. So I'm also thinking of getting a mocap suit and making pre-made animations and stuff, because I know you can sell those on like Blender Market and stuff. So think about stuff. Meta Quest 3 plus virtual desktop and decent internet works for most. Yeah, but I hate Meta. I hate everything about them. Like, they don't do 3S, the 3 plus you say. How much is that? I don't like Meta though. They're such a scutty company. I wish they would just implode. Implode and then explode in a really funny manner. How much is it? Let me check here. Quest 3, not plus. Boop. $500. Or eBay for $279. 500. Like, remember, money is indeed an object for me, so maybe I'll go looking around some other streamers, see what they recommend, because obviously Tautless and some of the other VR chat streamers might have a recommendation for VR stuff. So I could do that. Those are about the cheapest. I use Quest 2, so LOL. I used to have a Quest 2 as well, but that's over at Mama Brander's now. So that could be a thing. Obviously, I wouldn't buy it right away because, you know, money and everything. And I'm worried about moving right now because I don't know if you've been in the past few streams, but I got a new computer case now. So my baby is now cased up, finally. The problem is the case is significantly larger than I was expecting it to be, so I'm not sure how I'm going to move it. They're working on a small VR headset right now. Okay, I might do that. But I'm not sure how I'm going to move it, because like my plan was to stuff my computer plus case into my luggage and remove it that way. However, I think it is bigger than my luggage. So I don't know how I'm going to move it. So I'm kind of worried about that. Like, I could move it. I could hand carry it. That's not really a good idea, even in Tokyo. You know what I mean? So yeah, it might fit in my duffel bag. It might not. I don't know. I was also thinking about maybe just chartering a taxi when eventually I do need to move and doing it that way. But I just don't know. I don't know. So I'm gonna think about it, try and work that out. Hopefully, maybe I can figure that out. So yeah, but I think I'm spreading myself about too thinly here. Like, one of the reasons why I've held off on VR this entire time is because I want to get an actually good model first before I start worrying about that kind of thing. Big Screen VR is the current smallest headset, but it's way out of our price ranges. Let me check, see how bad it is. I only want to pay 500, but depending on... Yeah, never mind. That might be what Fillion has, unironically. Yepers, not paying 1,000. I don't want to shell out 1,000 if I don't have to, which is also why I haven't touched the Vive at all. Apple Vision Pro, 3,500. You're actually high. Holy balls. Some of these are like bad. Yeah, I also have a hard time justifying actually getting stuff like this because where I'm not really, making money. streaming, so I don't want to just invest a bunch of money in it. Like, I know I should invest into it like a hobby and not like an actual business, but even then, I don't spend money on my hobbies like that. This is why the Quest is selling real well right now. Everything else is way crazy. Excuse me. I mean, yeah, that'll do it. They're probably not making a profit off of them, so that's probably why. They're probably trying to strangle out the rest of the market by making a good enough VR system at affordable prices. And then once the others dip out of the market, then they'll just jack up the price. That's probably what they're doing. Either that, they're selling your data. Like, I remember the reason why I didn't like the Quest 2 was because it would turn itself on all the time and start transmitting data back wherever the fuck, and I was like, that's a virus. Get that shit out of here. Also, it made me nauseous. Yeah. VR makes me a little nauseous. Makes me a little shaky. So, yep. So I would like to invest into it, but I also don't want to. Like, the way my brain works is if I can't turn a profit from it, I don't really want to spend money on it. Like, even if I did the same thing with my computer too. It's like, oh, that's where I do my schoolwork and stuff. So of course I need a good computer. I don't know how to enjoy myself. It sucks so bad. Valve is like 1K for the headset, 2 for the controllers, 100 for each tracker. I mean, yeah, but at least I know I'm getting quality that's not going to install a Bitcoin miner. So, moot point, unfortunately. Yeah. I'd like to get hand tracking set up first, because right now all I have is hand cam when tracking, which as you see does not work very well. So, I'd like to get like hard set trackers. I've been looking at getting slimes. Looking at it, it'd take 300 for me to get a full set of slimes. And if I'm taking 300 to get a full set of slime, I might as well spend 300 on a Quest fucking 3 or something. And so, still thinking on that. And again, money! I'd be less eyebally on the money right now. Slime is open source, I know. But I don't have the hardware or the capabilities to just raw make them though, that's the problem. So I figure I might as well just buy them. You know, I wouldn't be so focused on money right now too if it weren't for, you know, current events making it so I might not have money here soon, or make it so the USD is not worth a damn anymore. So, you know, I'm trying to be fiscally responsible while enjoying life. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a struggle bus. It's a struggle bus. That's why it's down on the list. It's why I prefer if I was just making money, I could be like, oh, it's a business expense. Boop. Instead, you know, sitting here being like, all this opening and hearing. I could readjust the camera and that might give me better tracking because right now it's just narrowed on my face. But if I backed it up a bit, it might give me broader tracking. I'm not sure. But so much of this, so much of that, so much of that, so much of this. Yep. I'm going to dip out for now because I'm tired, I'm dying, and there's a lot of stuff I want to do today. So next time I'm streaming is Wednesday for me, the usual stuff. I think that's going to be Tuesday for you, give or take. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to play. I'm looking at doing Minecraft again. I'm also looking at doing Terraria because Terraria is getting updated soon. And Tibbs was actually playing Terraria and had some questions, so I figured I'd tutorialize a little bit of how to do Terraria and whatnot. Also, just why not? It'd be a nice little grindy game to do for a bit. So, you know, little A, little B. Maybe Minecraft, maybe Terraria. I've been wanting to do a hardcore playthrough of Minecraft just because. So I've been trying to work up the courage to do that as well. But we can handle that later. Maybe I'll do a poll. I've been wanting to do a poll on Discord. I'm just kind of scared of how people would actually, you know, vote in the poll. But yeah, thank you for joining me. The fact you're still here. My name's been Brander. I hope you have a lovely evening. I'm not going to rate anyone right now because I'm tired. So yeah, stay safe. I hope y'all have a lovely evening and I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye.